In this video, I'm going to teach you about lawyer web design and development. By the end of the video, you will feel confident in all the steps involved in designing and developing a brand new website for your law firm. Okay, let's jump right in. Let's start with the content management system, also referred to as the CMS. You really only have one choice: WordPress. I highly discourage using another company's proprietary CMS. If you go that route, I can also almost guarantee at some point you will argue with them over access, asset ownership, site speed, technology capability, integrations, or the speed in which updates are made. Not to mention, if you have a breakup, it will be a headache to migrate the website. So trust me, have your site developed in WordPress. The technology is open source, flexible, and the market is full of capable WordPress developers. You and your team will need to spend time reviewing sites you like and sites you dislike. These sites can be other law firms in different markets or law firms from different practice areas. The idea here is to be able to clearly communicate your design likes and dislikes. The more specific you get, the better. For example, you might find a particular header that you love or be inspired by how another firm used certain images to tell stories. You don't need to create a full-on design specification, but you want to set up your designer for success. So be prepared to share what design elements you feel would be a great fit for your brand and also elements you'd like to avoid. Before you enter the design process, you will want to start centralizing all of your site assets. Make sure you have a high-resolution logo. Next, take a look at attorney bio photos. It might be time to schedule a professional shoot and have your team photos updated. Spend the time to review other photos on the site. Are they high quality, or do you have some image sourcing to do? This might be the perfect opportunity to replace low quality photos with great pictures that help storytell. If you will be adding videos to the site, make sure they are uploaded to YouTube. You're not going to slow your site down by hosting video directly on the site. So you'll want the YouTube code readily available for your developer. You will also want to audit your sales copy and written content. Will you be migrating existing content, or as part of the initiative, updating and improving current content? You will also want to gather awards, badges, case results, and any client testimonials you would like to show off. I assure you that your project will go very smoothly if you take the time to gather your assets prior to the design phase. This tactic will allow you to see your real assets in design files and leave less to the imagination. Next, let's talk about design. It's important not to confuse design with development. These are two different skill sets. If the same person doing your design is also developing the site, you do not have the right structure. You want to think in terms of custom templates when it comes to design. Identify which top-level pages you think deserve distinctly unique design templates. For example, a PI site typically needs custom templates for the homepage, practice area pages, attorney bios, testimonials, case results, the blog, and the Contact Us page. To be clear, each practice area page does not need a custom design template. That would be overkill. It would not promote a uniform experience. One custom design template would work for all specific practice areas. I also recommend having custom templates for landing pages dedicated to Google Ads traffic. These pages will not be accessible from menu nav, will be de-indexed and specifically designed to convert clicks from PPC. You will want to dedicate a good amount of time to collaborations during the design process. Give your candid feedback and request revisions until it is spot on. You will always be able to make updates to your site in the future, but it's important you love the foundational design. When you are evaluating design files, be sure to think mobile first. There's a good chance that most of your site traffic will be from mobile devices, so make sure to look at the design from a mobile perspective first and then evaluate from desktop. The design process typically takes a few weeks or so. It can take longer depending on how long it takes to provide revisions, how many revisions are requested, and the time it takes the designer to update the files. Before you move to the development stage, make sure that your team has signed off on the final design files. Before you launch the development phase, make sure you have settled on a reliable hosting partner. The hosting account should be owned by the firm. From there, you will provide access to your developer. Never let a developer, marketer, or agency hold your site hostage on a hosting account they own. there are a handful of reputable premium WordPress hosting providers. Make sure to stay away from really cheap hosting providers, as there are just too many disadvantages. If you signed off on design files and properly centralized your assets, the development phase should go smoothly. Sit back patiently until the developer provides a demo URL in a staging environment. This will be your first opportunity to review, circulate to your team, and provide feedback. You will likely complete a few rounds of revisions as the developer progresses and continues to implement your feedback. While a good developer and agency will conduct extensive quality assurance and testing, you also need to test links, submit forms, and generally review the site for imperfections. At Rocket Pilots, we have an extensive pre-live checklist, so just make sure your partner is diligent before final sign-off and go live. Okay, let's transition to how you select a partner to design and develop your site. You want to select a partner that focuses on law firm design and development as opposed to a generalist. Their subject matter expertise will ensure a higher quality end product and also make the entire process smoother and faster. I recommend you choose an agency that is also skilled in legal SEO. We have cleaned up dozens of newly launched sites because the previous developer was not skilled in SEO and there was not an SEO pro involved in the project. Launching a new site and dropping rankings can be a very expensive endeavor. It's much better to be proactive about SEO implications than it is to fix problems post-launch. If your rankings drop, you'll likely have to spend more than you budgeted to address the problems and play catch-up. It's not a good situation. Check out a few sites they built and have them walk you through the project details. Remember, the other firms may have different design preferences than you. There's just no accounting for taste. But review the quality of their work, the user experience for mobile, and ask if you can reach out to the firm. It's important you hear another attorney tell you about their experience directly. Next, make sure to ask about their current workload. You will probably need to get specific with your questions when it comes to this topic. Ask questions like, how many current sites do you have in the design phase? How many current sites do you have in the development phase? How many designers and developers do you have dedicated to these projects? Did you hit the deadline for the last 3 projects? The idea here is to avoid hiring an agency that oversold their services. They might be talented, but you will not get their best work if their team is overloaded. You are looking for crisp and clear answers here. Vague responses should encourage you to look elsewhere. Next, you want to ask who your project manager will be. You want to meet this person before you retain the agency. Your relationship and communication with your project manager will play an integral role in the success or failure of your new site. Do not move forward unless the project manager instills a strong sense of confidence in their ability to deliver. Lastly, do a branded search for the name of the prospective agency and check out their Google reviews. If they don't have any reviews, you should be skeptical, or at least understand you might be working with a newer company. Not necessarily a deal breaker, we all had to start somewhere, but there are plenty of established agencies with great reviews. I recommend looking for agencies with at least 20+ reviews with a rating to as close as 5 stars as possible. Your website represents your brand online, and you want to trust the project to an agency with a stellar reputation. In summary, if they have relevant expertise, SEO skills, beautifully built recent sites, availability, a strong project manager, and 5-star reviews, they're probably an excellent fit. Just make sure the proposal is competitively priced and move forward. I am well aware building a new website for your law firm can be time-consuming and stressful. My goal with this video is to properly prepare you for the project and set you up for success. As usual, feel free to leave a comment below or contact me directly through the Rocket Pilots website with questions. Thank you for listening. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.